All right, welcome back
Welcome.
to. Is this our final episode?
I believe so. What is it?
I think it is.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, this is.
Well, with that being said, welcome back to our final episode of the month and of our MoDaDeux Monday series. I really appreciate you being here, Mom.
It's the season finale. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this has been dope.
It's been really nice.
I have gotten great feedback from us doing this, so if you want to see more, we would love to hear your feedback and what more you would like to see from us, individually and collectively. And yes, let's get into it. Challenge is the other side of me, and this week we're going to be dealing with other people's perceptions of us and expectations of us, and how we essentially are not responsible for those. We're only responsible for ourselves. So, Mom, take it away with you. How you feeling?
Okay, so my inspiration comes from pretty much childhood, like finding myself shrinking into myself and not allowing myself to be my authentic self. So a lot of that caused me to be quiet about things that I should have been vocal about, and caused me to not do and act ways because I felt like I needed to act a certain way so as not to displease other people. And that carried on a little bit into adulthood as well. So I did, as I got older, I just didn't want that. I wanted to be myself. I wanted to vocalize. I wanted to just be me. And so I found myself, being my authentic self. And sometimes people would come and say, oh, you changed, you're not the same, you would have never done this. I would have done that, but maybe I didn't allow you to see that part of me. I didn't allow you to think that way about me. So I've allowed myself to be more vocal, just be myself, be my real authentic self, and either you take it or you leave it. And by no means am I an offensive person. I do think before I speak and think before I act. So I'm in no way, shape, or form a person that's looking to attack, looking to be offensive. But what does that poem say by Maya Angelou? Does my haughtiness offend you?
Oh,
if
does it?
But if that offends you, then maybe that's something that you need to search within you and not me.
Oh, yes. Okay, so there's a lot of great things in what you said. In doing my own research, I learned that one of the ways to combat not living up to other people's expectations or falling victim to this endless cycle of trying to please others is by living authentically. And living anything that does not come from an internal source of like want or being or whatever the case may be is inauthentic, because that means it's not coming from a true desire that's within you. It's coming from the desires and expectations of what you think others might want from you.
Sure.
So I also kind of wanted to like skip back a little bit and piggyback off of like, what responsibility did you take in not taking so long in a sense to revealing your true self to other people? Because if we're going to hold them accountable for expecting us to only be one way, and they've only seen one way of us, then where do we begin to take responsibility for that as well?
And I can accept that. I think I have to be accountable for the fact that I did not give you my authentic self. What I gave you is what you perceived as authenticity.
Right.
So that's what your perception was, because that's what I gave
perception
you.
Off things. They need to know what the real is.
Right, exactly. Have some discernment. But but that's what I gave you. So in its inception, that's what I gave you. That's all you had to take from. But when I tell you and I show you, this is authentic me. This is really who I am. I'm a person who is vocal. I'm a person who is I'm not gonna allow you to run over me anymore. This is who I am. So when I show you that, it's then your responsibility. The responsibility is no longer mine. I've given it. I've showed you this is me. So once that's done, it's on you. The responsibility is no longer mine. So if you accepted the initial of who you thought I was as authentic, then accept that this is really me. This is what I'm giving you now.
All of me or none of me, period.
Yeah.
On a sit, doing some digging, I did learn that a lot of sidetrack, I do have a degree in child development, for those of you who don't know.
Yes.
So with that already knowing and then doing some more digging, a lot of our behaviors as adults stem from things that we learned as children, as well as this scenario here, living up to the expectations of others. I want you to like really sit and think about how much pressure you might have been as a child growing up trying to get good grades because that's what your parents wanted you to do, or playing a sport or instrument yeah, or dancing because that's what your parents wanted you to do. First, this is part of the challenge. I'm gonna say a part 1 and part 2 because I do have some questions I want you all to ask yourself as well, and that's gonna help us combat it. But first, figure out what is it that you're working so hard to do to please others. Is it you trying to change your appearance, whether it be the way you dress or how you look physically? Is it you reading more books because you think that's going to get that boy or girl to like you because you know they into books? Whatever the case may be, look at it, you know, be honest with yourself, write it down if it helps you, and then really start to play back some of your childhood and see where it stemmed from.
Right.
And if it's something that your parents might have caused, whether they knew it or not, this is also time to like reflect on it and forgive them for it. You might say, what? Forgive them? Yes, forgive them, because part of you may not know it, will be resentful of it because it's like in your head, well, darn, my parents made me this way.
Right.
But like she said, okay, first it was your parents, but now we're at a place where we can take accountability too. Forgive, let go, understand that everybody is operating from their best level of knowing.
Right.
We're human, move on. Other reasons why people often might feel the need to please others, fear of repercussions, something like that. I always feel like I'm saying it wrong. The fear of what might happen if you don't live up to this expectation.
Okay.
So, like I said before, if I don't read this book, I won't have anything to talk to this guy or this girl about on this date, and I'm afraid they're gonna be so done with me, and I'm really into them. Like, there's a level of fear there. So there's fear driving your actions. And yes, that is another reason why people, you know, try to live up to the expectations of others because of fear. So that's another thing we have to learn, to live fearlessly. If you're living authentically, again, you will live without fear. There's no need to please anyone else but yourself. Ways that you can live authentically. Put your oxygen mask on first.
Take care of you first.
Period. That's the bottom line. Take care of you first. This is an example of going all in on you. When you are all about yourself, when you fully love and accept yourself, there's no space for the expectations of others, because who cares? You're filled with yourself. Your glass is full of you. So there's no one else, no expectations. That bank is full. You don't need any outside expectations. You're good. You're rocking it. Change our inner dialogue. So we cannot control. I feel like part of the reason we do this is we're trying to control the perceptions of ourselves too, but we can't control what others think of us. We can only control how we think of ourselves and others. And also keeping mindful that like everything around us is just a reflection of how we choose to see it, which means it's a reflection of who we are. Say I already walk into a room and I already got an attitude, right? Anything anybody says to me, I'm gonna take it offensive because I already got an attitude. So that's how the world is. Like whatever your internal dialogue is, that's what you're gonna put out there, and that's how things are gonna come back to you. Questions to ask ourselves.
What are we asking ourselves?
All right, get a pen and some paper. Are you being kind to yourself, or are you adding more pressure? I've been talking about this for myself a lot lately because, again, expectations. In counseling, she actually helped me to see that the expectations that I'm putting on myself are not unrealistic, but they're unnecessary pressures. Really. So yes, are you being kind to yourself, or are you adding more pressure, Mom?
Sometimes I feel like I'm adding a whole lot of pressure, unneeded, unwanted, I'm adding it.
You sure do. Yeah, I know a couple of areas.
I know a bunch, yes. And I know you've been trying to assist me with that and how to alleviate some of those things. Sometimes it's just so hard when you're stuck in a way of doing things to just change it. But it's better to try to change those things when you recognize them as you go along, because when they start piling up, it's hard to just start changing and picking away at them.
Yes.
So yeah, true.
We should do a 21 Habits challenge.
Ooh.
And assist people with letting go of old habits.
We can do that. Yes.
Period. So question number 2, does your conversation focus on who you are and what you want to be, or is it full of expectations of what you should be? So this is good because this is where that pressure comes in. We have an idea of what, where, who we should be, but who are you really? And who are you really striving for?
Yeah.
Who is Keatrice? Keatrice is still figuring Keatrice out, but Keatrice is very passionate about love, life, helping people, family, friends, like close ones, healing people in whatever capacity that can be. That's who I am. Where I want to be is stronger in all of those facets and growing in any way possible. That's where I want to be.
Right.
But then I have this expectation that just creeps on in, like where I should be. I should be in my own home by now. I should be making X amount of money at this time, etc., etc. Those are the outside pressures we want to be able to delineate so that we can, move forward in living a more authentic life and show people the other side of us.
Exactly.
So, Mom, who are you? And where you want to be?
Oh, I know where I've seen myself being at this point where I am now. And I find myself being so hard on myself because I'm not there where I expected myself to be. But I am a person striving to be better than I was before. Okay. So that's where I am now. And I am striving to eliminate some things that hinder that, as well as adopting some things that are going to propel me forward.
So you want to do a switcheroo?
Yeah, I need a total makeover.
Okay.
Like a full.
A mommy makeover. And what are some of the expectations that you might have that are pressuring you?
Well, one thing, when I went back to school for my master's, I didn't want to tell anybody because I knew already what was going to come. How long before you finish? How much longer do you have? Are you almost finished?
Yeah.
How long? Oh, it takes that long? Oh my God. And that's all I've been getting since people were made aware that I was going back to school. And sometimes I just really get tired of, you know what? I'm going to start saying it. I'm going to be like, you know what? I already did not want to speak on this until I was finished because I knew I was going to get constant bombarded by when, where, that's where I am right now. So I don't want to keep being questioned, especially by family members who know me and who know that I don't want to keep getting questioned about it. I'm at that point where I'm like, you know what? When I'm done, you'll know that I'm done. Trust me, you'll know.
It's so funny you said that because I get a lot of questions about my journey and what I'm doing
when you go back
to
school.
And at this point, even at work, people are like, oh, what are you doing? What do you have going on? Yada, yada, yada. And I'm at the point, I realize from one of my challenges, I owe no one an explanation. One. And for two, people, when we share so much of what we're doing with others, you don't know who hating on the low.
Come on now. You preaching.
I have found a few.
You
near and dear who was hating on the low. Drake song.
That's why they say don't share your dreams with everybody.
Exactly. And that's why at this point you shouldn't even feel obligated to have to say anything. When they ask questions, just wait and see. That's all I'm gonna say. Just wait and see. If you're really genuinely interested, you want to know what I got going, where I want to be and my goals, etc., etc., just wait and see.
And don't let anybody diminish what you're doing too, because sometimes people that's all you're doing? You just putting these little podcasts out, that's it? You never, somebody's little start has landed them in a big way. So don't let anybody diminish what you're doing.
Yes.
Because that's not even, like you said, it's not their place. One, they're not funding it. They're not putting in the time on it. Don't worry about it. So don't let anybody diminish that or take away from that. If it's your passion, keep feeling that passion.
Yes. Let your passion drive you.
Yes. Where we going, passion? Come on.
Right. I'm going to hop in. Passion pulling up hop in, loser. We're going for a ride.
Ooh, I like it. I can see a little video of that. Wow, okay. Affirmations.
Freeformation.
Freeformation.
So this one, what I gotta say? Give me a beat.
Give you a beat.
Yeah. Freeformation. Freeformation. This week we talking about expectations and how to let go of the ones from others. So here I am today. I came here to say a freeformation. A freeformation beat drop. So I'm gonna say a freeformation for this.
So weird.
A freeformation for this challenge. I am who I am, and that's enough for me, baby. You got one, Mom?
I like what you said.
You always like what I said. So what's the last one? You gotta participate. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay.
I'm letting you think.
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
entertainment.
Okay. My accountability is my responsibility. How you receive it is your responsibility. Is that all right?
Oh. You know, you always just come up with a nice little rhyme. It's more like a mantra. We don't call it a mantra.
Let's call it a mantra.
Oh, she got a mantra. All right.
We're just having fun with the last one, you know?
That's how we are regularly.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you for joining us. Thank you for. I really do want to do more with her. So send us some info. Send us some more of what you guys want to hear from us, know from us, see us do. You know what I'm saying?
On a daughter perspective, a mom perspective, a mom and daughter perspective.
MoDaDeux.
There you go.
That is this week's challenge, the other side of me. And I hope you guys enjoy our little pictures that we're putting up with our poetry segments this week, because you know they're supposed to kind of depict the other side of us. So yeah, if you guys want to see more of that poetry stuff too, let us know. I really enjoy doing it.
We should find a place for some open mics where it's not just us. It's just
and I know some gems on here who really
come on, yes,
honey.
I love it.
So yes, the other side of me. This was the other side of me, my mom, my other half. You get to see where part of this beauty comes
got it from
from.
my mama. Now, her daddy fine though. I can't take that away.
He cold or whatever. But yes, the other side of me. I hope that this has been beneficial to someone, if only one of you. We appreciate you all for watching and joining us. Remember, you have everything you need for you within you, so do not doubt yourself when you're showing other people the other side of you.
Yes.
And live authentically. We love you. Have a great day. That's a race
What do the kids call it? I forgot what they
I
call
can't
it.
remember. Okay, so anyways, Flash just feels so, I wanted to dance my parents because I was keeping good grades, but who cares anyway? Back to it. I'm gonna forgive them for it because I talk about it all the time, so clearly I felt some type of way.
Right.
But I love it anyway because we here today and I'm still relearning those skills and they're super valuable. Back to your regularly scheduled. What was I talking about?
You're just talking about how childhood, how you got to get back into it.
Oh, he getting jiggy on the bike.
Where your music at though?
I know, he must got it in his his helmet. I
He
think
likes
already
it.
got one of those. Oh. Okay. It would have been yellow. Right. Anyways, yes. So
Oh,
Why did I forget the name that bad?